Because what happened last week just wasn't right, and I want to right what happened last week.
If you talk to Dustin, I will come to a 1-week agreement with Dustin that if he gets HOH, he doesn't put me or Danielle up. I get HOH, I will not put you or Dustin up. And that way, we'll have a week to work this out without jumping the gun or anything else, and everyone will feel safe. Is that cool?
I'll talk to him and see what he says, but I can't make any promises. I'm not going to speak for him.
No, I'm asking you. What do you think?
I don't know what he'll say. I don't know. That's the thing. When me and Dustin
talk... I know
talk,
that if Dustin gets HOH, she's going to put me on the block. I know it. He asked her to put me on the block. I know he's going to.
So and you're going to with him, so it's...
What? Why shouldn't I?
No, I understand.
Okay. I mean, seriously. So if he wants to have an agreement, cool. If he doesn't, right on. We both know we're going to put each other on the block. That's fine. Okay. If he wants to take a week, catch his breath, talk to me about it, I'll talk to him about it, that's fine with me too. But if he doesn't, that's fine too. Hey, let the best man win.
Okay.
Things change in this house all the time. And you found that out 2 weeks in a row now. Once with Nick, we made an enormous mistake. Don't make another mistake by not getting Eric out of here. Eric, you can see him and you can see... When we first brought this up to Jessica, Jessica felt so betrayed, and Jessica said, it all makes sense.
And Jessica walked around this house storming around, absolutely pissed. And I was like, I've never seen her like that. I'm like, Jessica, are you okay? Do you want to talk? She's like, I just feel so betrayed. Like, I just want to be by myself.
And Eric gets in her ear, and then the giggle fest starts, and the tickling of the feet, and all of this stuff. And Jessica has 2 things. She knows he's a liar. She knows he's a manipulator. But on the other hand, she knows that he will never vote against her and never vote around.
Well, not necessarily never vote against her, but never put her up.
Because if Eric was in the final 2 with Jessica, Eric will not win. When Eric sits here and says, oh, the 7 will fight it out, he's a fucking liar. He's got this whole game worked out all the way down.
I know all this.
Not to the final 4, to the final 2. Do you want to... Zach, Shrek, you want to leave him in here so he can pull that out whenever he wants on you? When I called Eric out on all his bullshit and he was sitting in the jacuzzi, looked like the seat he was sitting on was 9,000 degrees because the guy could not hold still. He was literally shaking like this.
He was even shaking when you guys were having that conversation over there by the hammock. He was shaking. When we were saying that it had to have been somebody in the group to vote, he was even shaking.
I knew it was him over there. I knew it was him. She was getting mad at me because she didn't want me
to call it out before it needed to be, because we all knew it was.
I was skirting around the whole thing, and every single thing that has to do with him, he wants to sweep under the rug, like the votes.
Like, why all of a sudden, oh, why do we even care what those say? That doesn't matter. Amber, there was 2, 2, 6, and then more the next day.
What?
The banners about him.
Why was my name in that banner? I don't understand, you guys. I swear I haven't lied at all. The only thing I lied about was when I told Nick in the gym 2 days before, on Tuesday, when Thursday was a live social Tuesday, when I was running, I was like, you do have the votes, yeah. And I was like, but I need to talk to you. And he looked at me and he's like, something's not right. And I'm like, something's not right.
That's what that banner was about.
I was like,
they all weren't about that. There was another one that somebody saw too. There was a different one that I saw. It said, I love you, Nick. I didn't see that.
That was the same one.
No, the one I saw was Nick, Amber, and Eric are liars.
No, it said
LNC equals.
That was the same one. It said it on the whole thing. It said we heart Nick. It said all that on the same one.
I don't remember seeing that.
It was. I saw it all.
And then today, with this, I go, oh, they're starting again. He goes, oh, well, they'll probably be going to the end. I go, no, I think...
It was. I saw it all.
And then today, with this, I go, oh, they're starting again. He goes, oh, well, they'll probably be going to the end. I go, no, I think they're about the same person, the first person mentioned. He went storming off.
And notice, Amber, how it wasn't before the POV meeting to signal that, hello, you're making the wrong move. Because a lot of people in this house are still undecided. Do you know what I mean? It's just, even if you don't see things, you still see things and see through things. But last week we all knew it, we all saw it, but we didn't act on it. And that was what was the biggest problem. It was so stupid, and we all knew it was stupid, but nobody did anything.
And that's when I made the decision that I am so over this group thing. Because I told you, I never, ever bow down to pressure. And I felt like I did last week when I talked to
I think we
Jamaica,
all did.
when I talked to you, when I talked to Jessica. Everyone was like, well, I don't want to go against the group. My vote is this, when I was talking to you about it.
But who was the group? Eric. Because everybody else was on the fence and everybody else knew that it was the wrong thing. The only one who was the group was everybody's like, no, because Eric will not do that. Him.
Eric
like he matters
going,
over everybody?
We cannot change our vote. We cannot change our mind. If we do this, we have to do it. Nobody flounders. Nobody anything. This is it. No discussion.
You even know, Amber, you said that he kept coming up to you the day before and the day of making
you guys,
sure.
No, you guys don't understand. He went up to Jamaica and Dustin probably...
But why would he do that?
Because he was worried that vote would end up keeping Nick. I know. I figured all this out myself, too. I knew. Dustin and Jamaica are like, dude, Eric has come up to me like 5 times in the last 2 hours. Are you sure Amber's going to vote that way? Are you positive? I have a feeling she's going to vote to keep Nick. I have a feeling. I don't feel comfortable. I don't feel comfortable. Dustin's like, dude, she's going to vote to keep Nick.
And like that one vote would have mattered?
Vote to Rick Nick. She said she would for the group. Eric's like... And then you go up to Jamaica, he's like, okay, how confident are you about Amber? How confident are you about Amber? I'm like, why? Jamaica's like, I don't know why Eric's so worried about you, but he
I wish that all of this information would have come out that day.
One that viewed Nick as a real
He was worried about me voting to keep Nick because he thought if you and you voted to keep Nick and me, and his extra vote would be 5 plus Zach's.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So if we all would have talked about it, which I really wish that we would have. That's what I told him. I was like, if we would have figured this out 2 hours before we did, this whole thing would be so much different.
I know. And I'm like, Jamaica, why did you ask him why he's so worried about me? She's like, no, he's just like...
Like one vote would have mattered. That's obviously why, you know?
Oh, yeah. I know.
And we all figured it out.
Because even if you voted to keep Nick without going against the group,
we talked about it. I know.
His third vote would be the third, and then the fourth would be Zach. It'd be a tie, and Dustin would send Nick home.
Of course.
Yep, we talked about it. That's why I talked to you and Jamaica. We fucked up huge. Let's not fuck up again. He's the one that did it. He's the one that needs to go.
Yeah.
And it's not, it is for Nick, but at the same time, Amber, it's for him, it's for you, it's for me, it's for Jamaica. He used all of us.
Look what he's doing right now. Look what he's doing right now. He sees that.
I know, the other day he goes like this to me. He goes like this to me. He goes, hey, he goes, if I'm leaving, will you tell me? And I go, well, you're not leaving. And he goes, oh, this is that perfect answer. And I go, oh, and I go, what is that supposed to mean? He goes, well, that's a good answer. And I go, why would you say that? And he goes, well, I just want to see. I go, so you're testing me. And he goes, no. He goes, I just wanted to, if you would have gave me any other answer, I would have not thought I was staying. And I go, but you are staying. And he goes, perfect answer. He goes, but you will tell me if I'm leaving. And I go, yeah, I will. But that's when he has the votes to stay.
Watch this, okay? Kel and Jen, me and Danielle, at each other the entire time. He sits back, drinks a beer. He's not worried. That falls apart this week. What happens? You and Dustin, me and Danielle. He sits back,
and
drinking
he's
a
safe
beer,
again.
not fucking worrying. That's what he's doing, and Dustin needs to understand it.